Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Comeback Sports. I am the host, Pat Flaherty, and I am joined once again by my co-host, Brandon, the Coach Perry. Brandon, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, Pat? We have got an exciting show this week with a wide range of topics. I'm really excited to dive into it. So let's get started.
Absolutely, man. It's been a crazy sports week. We thought it was going to slow down in sports after the Super Bowl. That hasn't happened. We're going to start off with one of the craziest sports stories yesterday. Before we do that, folks, make sure you follow us on Twitter. You can see our Twitter handles at the bottom of the screen. And also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Comeback Sports, so that you can watch all the videos that we've been putting out over the last couple of weeks. But the big story yesterday, of course, was the car accident with Tiger Woods. And Brandon, what was your first thoughts as soon as you saw that Tiger Woods had gotten in that serious accident?
Yeah, I was extremely shocked. I think like most people were, and it was just one of those things where wow, it's just another thing happening to Tiger and just another thing that he's having to go through in his life and just another hurdle that he's going to have to overcome. Um, but I think it's something that he can definitely do. And I think if anybody that can bounce back from this again, it would be Tiger Woods. And so I'm looking forward to seeing him recover and get healthy and come back. But I mean, we're talking about the greatest golfer of all time and arguably one of the greatest athletes of all time. So this is definitely a huge story, and I'm really hoping that he can recover quickly and get back to a normal life first before he gets to actually, get back on the golf course and worry about that at all. But was extremely shocked when I saw the news. Saw it across my Twitter feed and then went to the news immediately. And sure enough, it was plastered all over the TV and all over the news. So I was just diving into the content as much as I could yesterday. But yeah, it was really shocking to see. And I mean, I guess the good news is that, they're saying that there was no sign of impairment. And I think a lot of people were worried about that when we first saw the accident. And so it was good to see that they're saying that there's no sign of impairment. And I'm just hoping that Tiger can make a speedy recovery. But like I said, if there's anybody that can bounce back from this, I'm expecting it to be Tiger Woods.
Yeah, no question. He certainly recovered from a lot before. I'll tell you, when I first saw the news, I didn't see any pictures or anything. And then I said, again, he got another car accident. What's this one about? Because the last one was obviously about what's going on at home with his wife and his infidelity and everything like that. And then I saw the car, that the actual accident. And the second thing I thought about, honestly, was Kobe Bryant. And I was like, are we going to lose another icon right now? No, I think there's more mixed feelings about Tiger than there is about Kobe Bryant, but I think Tiger, the last couple of years has changed a little bit. A lot of the golfers have talked about how, I heard this from one of the ESPN reporters. I can't remember his name. He's one of the golf reporters. He does a fantastic job. But he said that before Tiger on the golf course, in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, when he, was just killing everybody, said that Tiger wanted to make the golfer he was playing with uncomfortable out on the course. So he didn't want to socialize. He didn't want to talk to him. He wanted to make that golfer feel uncomfortable. Makes total sense. He's an assassin. He wants to kill everybody on the course. But I think that kind of spilled over into some of his personal relationships with players and fans and so forth. Now it seems like, since everything that happened to him the first time around, what the reporter said is players are now saying, now Tiger, the first thing he wants is to be comfortable with the guy he's playing with. He wants to enjoy the game and enjoy playing with a fellow golfer, even though he's still trying to win the tournament. So he's still got that killer instinct, yet he wants to be comfortable and be able to socialize with the other golfer. So it sounds like Tiger's changed a little bit. That Masters win 2 years ago in 2019, where his son was embraced by him after he won, just was like a nice moment for him, after everything that he's been through, and a lot of it's self-inflicted, and there's a lot of stories about Tiger. But then when you see that, you're like, another international icon in sports, a guy who changed the game. And again, I thought of Kobe Bryant, and I thought the worst. So I'm just glad, unfortunately, he had a compound fracture in his leg. He's got a metal rod in his leg now. So luckily, we can now sort of, I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of rehab, but we can still sort of now start to talk about, is he going to be able to play golf again? Before, the first thing we're like, did he survive the crash? Number two, is he paralyzed? And now we can sort of talk about, is he going to be able to compete athletically?
Yeah, I mean, I think one person that, Tiger Woods can talk to is Alex Smith. Look at Alex Smith with his
Yep.
broken leg, and, he had a rod inserted into his leg. People thought he wouldn't even actually survive, I think. And then obviously he beat that and is back playing football now. And I mean, that's a whole different story because he's talking about how the Washington football team doesn't even want him anymore because they weren't expecting him to even come back to be able to play. So I think Tiger Woods would do great to connect with Alex Smith. But like I said, this is a guy that I'm expecting to bounce back. I'm expecting him to bounce back. I'm really looking forward to seeing him get healthy and looking forward to seeing that day when they roll him out of the hospital and getting to see his face again. Because like you said, he is a legend. I think this is one of those things where, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. And I might take a little flack for it, but I've always supported him for all of these things, and I'll probably still support him through almost anything he does. Like a lot of people, I mean, there's only one Tiger Woods, and like I said, the greatest of all time. And I think a lot of people are just really wishing for a speedy recovery. And you saw a lot of his fellow golfers, like Justin Thomas, coming out wishing him a speedy recovery. So I think that goes to what you were saying with how he's turned more into a mentor to a lot of these other golfers that are currently playing instead of just being, that number one guy on the top of the mountain that everybody was really trying to chase down.